A government in peril, the threat of a coordinated internal overthrow. In the realm of political instability, one of the most chilling possibilities is not an attack from an external enemy, but rather a coordinated effort from within. Imagine a scenario in which the president, along with their appointed staff across various federal departments, members of the Supreme Court, state leaders, and even foreign actors, conspire to overthrow the United States government. This would not be a mere abuse of power. It would be an existential threat to the nation's very foundation. While such a situation may seem extreme, history has shown that governments can collapse under the weight of corruption, power consolidation, and internal betrayal. What safeguards exist within the U.S. system to prevent such an event? What actions could be taken to counteract a conspiracy that involves the highest levels of power? The legal framework against internal government overthrow. If such a plot were uncovered, the legal mechanisms designed to prevent tyranny and protect the constitutional order would immediately come into play. The crimes associated with this scenario, treason, sedition, and insurrection, carry some of the harshest penalties under U.S. law. 1. Treason, 18 U.S.C. Sayurta 2381. Engaging in war against the U.S. or aiding its enemies could lead to life imprisonment or even the death penalty. 2. Sedition, 18 U.S.C. Sayurta 2384. Any conspiracy to overthrow the U.S. government by force is punishable by up to 20 years in prison. 3. Insurrection, 18 U.S.C. Sayurta 2383. Active rebellion against the government could result in 10 years of imprisonment and disqualification from holding public office. However, legal consequences are only effective if there is a system left to enforce them. If the conspiracy reached into the judiciary and law enforcement agencies, stopping such an internal overthrow would require broader resistance. How the system could respond. The courts serve as a primary check on executive and legislative overreach. Federal judges, if not compromised, could issue injunctions to halt unconstitutional actions and even approve arrest warrants against those involved. The Supreme Court itself could be challenged if justices were complicit in the conspiracy, requiring Congress to move forward with impeachment proceedings against them. If a faction within Congress remained uncorrupted, lawmakers could initiate impeachment proceedings against the president and others involved. Funding for the conspiratorial agency or any unconstitutional actions could be immediately cut, stalling the coup attempt. Additionally, whistleblowers within the government could provide crucial testimony and evidence to fuel legal action. The U.S. military swears an oath to defend the Constitution, not any one leader. If a government conspiracy sought to seize control unlawfully, military leaders could refuse illegal orders and take action to restore constitutional rule. The Department of Justice, FBI, and U.S. Marshals would also be instrumental in investigating and arresting key figures. However, if these institutions were infiltrated, resistance would need to come from state-level authorities. State leaders, particularly governors and attorneys general, could challenge the legitimacy of a corrupted federal government by refusing to enforce unconstitutional policies. State courts could hear lawsuits against the federal government, and National Guard units could act to protect their state constitutions from federal overreach. Public awareness and resistance would play a crucial role in countering such an attempted takeover. Mass protests, media exposure, and whistleblowing could make it difficult for conspirators to operate in secrecy. Meanwhile, foreign governments not involved in the conspiracy could impose diplomatic and economic pressure, isolating those responsible. The fragility of democracy and the importance of vigilance. While the United States was founded on principles designed to prevent tyranny, no system is entirely immune to corruption or internal threats. The strength of a democratic republic lies in its ability to resist unlawful power grabs, whether they come from within or outside its borders. However, resistance is only effective when institutions and individuals act decisively to uphold the rule of law. If an internal overthrow were attempted at the highest levels, would the system be strong enough to resist? Would leaders, institutions, and the public rise to defend democracy, or would the government succumb to its own corruption? In the next article, we will explore the potential warning signs of such a conspiracy, how power is consolidated in modern governments, and what can be done to detect and prevent an attempted coup before it reaches the point of no return.